this might be the first time I've started a video in my pyjamas. I hope you don't mind, but I want to talk you through some summer favourites, some late summer favourites today, what I've been wearing, clothes, shoes, bags, jewellery, a little bit of makeup and hair care and things like that as well. I've decided to film my summer favourites video on a day where it's really gloomy and raining. So apologies if it looks a little bit dark, that's because it is dark today. These are the first favourite. I was like, I really want to include these pyjamas in this video. Hang on a minute, why don't I just start the video while I'm still in my pyjamas? We can get dressed together and then I can talk through the clothes. But firstly, I wanted to talk to you about these pyjamas because if you can see them, they are absolutely beautiful. They remind me of Desmond and Dempsey, I think that's what they're called. They make really cool printed pyjamas, but from what I remember in my head, they're quite expensive, like maybe like £100 a pair, which is not really a price I want to pay for pyjamas. They are like a tropical print, but in a cool blue and pink colourway. They have tigers on them, they have leaves on them, and they're like a long sleeved trouser and shirt, which I know it's summer and I'm talking about summer favourites, but to be honest, it's a really gloomy, rainy day in England today. So these are totally fine for lounging about and for sleeping in. They're not too hot. They are 100% cotton as well, which is really nice. So yeah, Marks and Spencer's, I think they were £28. I have a little travel jewellery case here with some of my new in favourites. I did post a jewellery collection, a few days ago now. That was filmed almost a month ago. It was quite a long time between filming and uploading. So in that time, I actually did discover a new jewellery brand and they reached out and asked me if I would like to review and test out some of their pieces. I do like to test out various different brands in different categories because not all brands are open to everyone. Some brands don't ship to certain countries, you know, people have different budgets, preferences. So when I looked on their website, I saw quite a few pieces I was interested in and thought you might be too. So I said yes, and the jewellery arrived a while ago. There were a couple of pieces that I was very restrained and I kept them in the boxes so I could unwrap them with you. However, that was yesterday and I'm refilming this video obviously. So I will show you some clips of me unwrapping the packaging because the packaging is divine. It all comes beautifully wrapped in a gorgeous blue box. Each individual piece is wrapped separately. So if you're looking for jewellery to give as gifts, this is perfect. And the jewellery definitely feels very luxury as well. So I do also have the travel case. This is also from GINGIBERI. And I've put a couple of the pieces in here just to show you what it looks like and how much it can hold. This is some beautiful pearl jewellery. I wear a lot of pearls, as you know if you did watch my jewellery collection, and they're one of my favourite kinds of jewellery to wear. And this brand specialises in 18 karat gold jewellery and in pearl jewellery. So the pieces I'm wearing are, I just liked the look of these today with my outfit. I have this really beautiful jumper on, this crochet jumper, and I just felt like the pearls, the standard pearl chain, went really nicely with this. So I have the beautiful pearl necklace on from GINGIBERI. This is stunning. It's organic, it's a smaller style, so it's not too chunky. It just feels very modern but very elegant. And I paired it with these, which I love. These are a hoop but fully made of pearls. So if you like your hoop earrings and you want something a little bit different, very, very summery, I think, very fresh feeling, then these are absolutely stunning. I also have the other hoop earrings, which are more of a Baroque, I think the word is Baroque pearl, and they have these like golden nuggets on them as well, if you can see that there. So of course I will show you what these look like on, but these are beautiful and these are slightly more, I would say these are slightly more modern feeling again. The final pair of earrings I have are these. I think these are a bestseller for the brand. I can totally see why. They are just your classic drop pearl earring, your hoop huggy with the pearl. Gorgeously made, and these come in a couple of different metal options as well, so if you don't like yellow gold, they do have other options. This necklace might actually be my favourite piece because of how you can wear it. I wore this in a video a few weeks ago now, and I actually wore it in a slightly different way. So you can see it's got all of these pearls suspended on the chain. It looks beautiful one like this, but you can also move the pearls, so you can just drag them down to the bottom of the chain and wear them more as like a little, almost like a pendant pearl necklace, just like that. And that's how I wore it a few weeks ago, you may remember. I think it was in one of my Cézanne videos. So I really like the versatility of that piece in particular, with the stunning freshwater pearls, and I just love how you can play with the placement of the pearls on that one. And then finally, I almost forgot this piece because it's hiding under my sleeve, but I have a similar style bracelet from them as well if you're looking for a pearl bracelet. I always kind of forget about bracelets. I tend to gravitate towards earrings and necklaces because they're the most visible, but actually I've been really enjoying wearing this bracelet, and because it is solid gold, I don't really have to take it off, so I've just been keeping it on here and wearing it daily, and I think it definitely adds something to my look. It's delicate, it's subtle, but it's there and it's very pretty. So yeah, those are the pieces I had to share with you from GINGIBERI. I was thoroughly impressed with the whole experience, from the packaging to the final product. If you would like a discount code, I do have a discount code with them. I'll put it on screen. It also works alongside their anniversary sale, which I believe is happening at the moment. So you can stack the discounts and get a really good deal if you are on the market, in the market for some lovely, beautiful, high quality, solid gold and pearl jewellery. I do need to leave the house in about an hour's time. So let's choose an outfit for this really grey and miserable day. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit excited that it is grey and miserable, and I know I shouldn't be saying that, but it's been really hot in the UK for the past 10 days or so, which has been lovely. I've been wearing a lot of my summer dresses, but I'm quite excited to have a day where I can just wear my jeans. I've actually pulled out my jeans already that I'm gonna wear, and then I want to choose a top to pair with them. But you know when you haven't been able to wear jeans for ages and you're just kind of excited to wear them? Maybe it's just me. So I'm gonna wear these jeans today. These are my Madewell cropped, kind of wide leg raw hem jeans. They're really comfy. I am mostly going to be at home today. I'm going out for dinner later on, and I do need to pop out for an appointment in about an hour. So I wanted something that's just quite comfy and casual for lounging at home. And these, I know they're denim, but they're really soft. They're really comfortable, so I don't mind wearing them just at home. So let me wear those, and then I'm gonna pick out a top. Now, to be honest, I already have in my mind what top I want to wear because I just got a new top on Vinted. I didn't think it would actually be cool enough for me to wear this for a little while because, as I said, it's been so warm in the UK lately. But when I woke up this morning and saw it was raining, I thought, I'm going to wear my new Vinted top. So this is it. This is from the Cézanne See New York collaboration. Remember when this came out? I know I kind of hated on that collaboration, I think in one of my videos from like winter time, saying I didn't really like anything from it, but actually I kind of do like this. I think I like it because I got it for such a good price. I got this for £40 on Vinted, and it's this blouse. I think this is called the Axel blouse from memory. I just took the label off, so I can't quite remember. But yeah, it was on Vinted for £40. Well, it was on Vinted for a bit more, and I brought them down to 40, and it is Cézanne See New York. I think this retails for like £100, and I think actually it's quite sought after. I think I've seen a couple of these on eBay in the US for hundreds of dollars. So I thought, even if I don't end up wearing this, I feel like I can flip it for a profit. So yeah, I bought that, but I do love it, so I'm not going to sell it. So I really want to wear that today, and as I said, I think I'm just going to pair it with jeans because I am having quite a casual day today. So I am so happy with this Vinted find. I can't believe I got this for £40. Anyway, yeah, I love it. This is the top. I don't think everyone will love it, but I love it. I feel like I'm really finding my style at the moment. I think when I do go out, I'm gonna pair it with my Celine box bag in the green. This is just always a favourite, really, isn't it? It's Celine. But yeah, I feel like there is green. Is there? Maybe there's not actually green in this top, but anyway, I feel like it goes quite nicely, and I'll probably just wear my Mary Janes. These ones from 7 or 9 I've been absolutely loving. I'll probably just wear these because, like I said, I'm just popping out for an hour or so for an appointment, and these are really comfortable. So yeah, that's my outfit of the day. But actually, I want to talk to you about some more summery clothes. Let me take my bag off. I want to talk to you about more of my summer favourites from my wardrobe. Things that I've been wearing when it has actually been summery weather here, which has probably been for about 2 weeks of the last 3 months, to be honest. But I did also go on a summer holiday in June, so some of these pieces I took on summer holiday there as well. So as I said, I've been wearing a lot of dresses, and these 3 from Nobody's Child have been on heavy rotation all throughout this summer. I think I got most of these in early June, so I've had them for what? 2.5 months or so now, and to be honest, they have been my go-to for really hot days or even cooler days. I just love a midi dress. It is kind of, it's why I don't love summer, because it just isn't a very interesting outfit. Like, these dresses are lovely, they're pretty, don't get me wrong, but there's no layering involved, there's no like texture involved really, they're just cotton or linen dresses. So I am quite excited about autumn and actually wearing things that are a little bit more interesting, but you know, these are really nice for the warmer weather. I will say that some of these have held up well and one of them has not so much, but I have been pleasantly surprised by the quality of these dresses. I've heard primarily quite bad things about Nobody's Child, to be honest. Most people saying that the quality has been disappointing and they've fallen apart after a couple of washes. I haven't found that with them generally, especially this one and the green one. These have held up absolutely fine. I have washed these, I would say each one has been washed probably at least 5 times, which I know is not loads, but it is, you know, it's more than a couple of times. But I do think the fabrics are natural, the shape is beautiful. I think they're so flattering. I think if you've got a body like mine, or pretty much any kind of body shape, these dresses are just so flattering with the puff sleeves, the deep V-neck, the midi length. It's almost like a mid-axi length. It's a little bit longer than a traditional midi. So yeah, I've been loving these. This is the tile print one. The green one is lined, so it's definitely a little bit heavier, but still fine for the UK. But yeah, this one probably feels the most substantial, probably the highest quality, because it does have a lining. It has obviously the broderie anglais on it as well. And then this purple one is the one that hasn't held up so well. Is this lined? Yeah. No, yeah, it does have a lining on the bottom. So yeah, that's why I think the tile print one feels a little bit lighter for the hotter days, and then these a little bit heavier, but still relatively fine. But this one, as you can see, well, you probably can't see, I just feel like it's faded ever so slightly. It's also got some marks on it. This has just come out of the wash. I don't know if that was me, or if that was the washing machine, or if that was when it was drying outside. I'm gonna have to re-wash at least the top half of it, annoyingly. But just generally ignoring that, there is some slight fading to the colour on this one. So I would say this is probably the one I'm most disappointed in. The other two, I think I'm quite pleasantly surprised by how nice they are and how good the quality is so far. But this one, I would be wary of. I don't know if it's just because it's a darker colour. I don't know if maybe I should have been washing it differently, like on a different setting, or hand washing it. But I don't really want to hand wash things like this because they are just cotton linen blends, or tencel linen blends, I think this one is. So they shouldn't really need hand washing. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed that this one is slightly faded. I'm still going to wear it. It's not super noticeable, but it's definitely something to consider if you've been looking at this colour in particular. Another dress that I've been loving wearing, and this one definitely feels more premium. It is more expensive, but it definitely feels it, is this dress from Pink City Prints. I just absolutely love this dress. I love the silhouette. I love these very short kind of ruffle sleeves. I love this detail on the bust where it's got the pink stitching, and I just love the pattern and the length as well. Again, this is more of a mid-axi. It's slightly longer than your traditional midi, not quite a maxi. This one I have in a size small, and I would say it fits fine. I probably would have gone for the medium. The medium was out of stock in this when I ordered it, so but I do think the small fits fine. And yeah, it's definitely one of my favourite summer dresses, especially on holiday, but I've also worn this in the UK on the warmer days. I just think it's very pretty, and I love this brand. I love that it is a slow fashion brand, fully lined as well, so I've just been really impressed with this, and I have hand washed this. Anything that is kind of more on the expensive side, even if I probably could machine wash it, I do tend to hand wash just because I don't want to risk ruining it. So I have been hand washing this, and it's washed, I've probably washed this about 4 times. I tend to wear it at least twice before I wash it, so yeah, probably about 4 times, and it's absolutely fine so far. So yeah, that's definitely another favourite, maybe my top favourite of all of the summer dresses I have this year. One that I got fairly recently, but I just had to mention because I've been loving it, is this beautiful Daughters of India dress. This is so stunning. Again, a slow fashion brand, a brand that is really doing things right, I think, when it comes to garments and making clothes. I just love this. I've put a couple of reels and Instagram posts wearing this up, so you may have seen it. It's a maxi dress. I think this is called the Rue dress. It comes in green as well if you don't fancy this darker brown colour. yeah, it comes in a pine green, which is beautiful, and they have so many beautiful dresses. It's another brand I'll definitely be reaching to in the future, in future years to come, for summer clothing specifically. I'll have to see what they have for winter, but I think mostly because they're an Australian brand, it's mostly quite beachy and quite summery, and I just absolutely love this. You can wear it floaty without a belt for a very breezy, relaxed look, especially around the house and just for like casual weekends. That's perfect. But also I do like to add a brown leather belt to it as well and cinch it in at the waist, and it gives it a little bit more shape and a little bit more structure, and I love that as well. This one is cotton, it's lined, just gorgeous. So I just had to mention that. I've only had it for probably about 2 weeks now, but I've already worn it maybe 4 times, and I love it. The other summer dress I want to mention is this one from Petite Studios. This has a somewhat similar shape actually to the Pink City Prince one. I think I do really like this kind of shape on a dress. Can you see it's got like the little cap ruffle sleeve, the tighter bodice, and then it flows out into a big skirt. And this one is more of a true midi length. It's a little bit shorter. It's obviously a gingham. It's got buttons down the front. It's got this little cut out at the back, which I think is quite cute. It just adds a little bit of interest to the back, and I've just worn this so much. Again, it's one that's just so effortless around the house, on weekends, dress it up, dress it down. I really do like it, and it's very comfortable as well. So I think this is currently in the sale. If this video goes out before the sale ends, I'm not sure when their sale ends, but they are doing like a half price summer sale at the moment, and my discount code works on top of the sale price, which is really rare. That doesn't usually happen. So you can get this dress for, I want to say, about like $50 or $60 or something, which I think is quite reasonable. So if you're looking for a summer dress, if you live in the Southern Hemisphere, or if you're going on holiday, we've still got about, what, a month left of summer. You could get some good wear out of it. You could even layer it up maybe for the autumn time. But yeah, really liking the gingham one as well. Shall we talk about bags now? Because I have been loving bags this summer, and I have 4 favourite bags that I want to share with you, my most worn of summer 2024. I was sat in bed this morning drinking my morning coffee, and I was watching Jewellery, is that her name? Jewellery, do her 24 things I'm loving right now, her favourites video. I love those, by the way. Let me know if you subscribe to her as well. I love her videos. And she actually showed a slightly different version of this bag in her favourites as well. And yeah, I was already planning on putting this bag in this video because it's been a firm favourite all summer long. This is this gorgeous woven leather bag. I think this is so pretty. It's everything about it. It's the tulip shape, it's the bow detail, the woven leather, the gorgeous brown, tan brown colour. Jewellery, she had the chocolate brown version, which is slightly darker. Absolutely lovely as well. That would be so nice for transitioning into fall, but this one is just a classic tan brown. You really can't go wrong. I think this bag is so pretty, and I really haven't been reaching for my Loewe basket bag at all this summer. I think I've worn it about twice, which is kind of sad considering I bought that hoping it would be a summer classic, but I do think these things come in waves, and one year I might be reaching more for woven leather like I am this year, and then next year I might have a basket bag revival. So I feel like because they're classic styles, classic shapes, they are going to be timeless in my wardrobe. But yeah, this year it's definitely been all about the woven leather for me, and this one in particular I just think is exquisite, especially for the price point. I think it retails for about $280, but I do have a 10% discount code with them. I think it's 10%. So you can obviously get it for about $250, which I think is a really fair price for the quality of the leather and the design. I think it's a beautiful, really unique, special bag, and quite practical as well because it is more of a tote bag. So you can fit a lot of stuff in it. And I should have shown you the inside actually. I'm a little bit embarrassed by the inside because I stupidly, this is very stupid, I put a punnet of raspberries in this bag because I didn't have anywhere else to put them, and obviously they leaked on the suede. So yeah, you can see I have to clean this because it's horrible, but it does come with a little pouch that is attached to the bag, very practical, so you can pop all of your essentials in here, zip this up, and then this just sits in the bag like that, and then you've got plenty of space around the pouch to put the remainder of your bits and bobs as well. In terms of the other bags I've been loving, I really couldn't whittle it down to any fewer than 3 more, which is kind of excessive, But these are just honestly the bags that I've been reaching for on an almost daily basis this summer. I had to mention this one. I got this in the spring, and if I want a pop of colour, I think this green is gorgeous for spring, summer. I wear my burgundies in the autumn, winter, and I do have a red bag that I love now as well. But this green just screams spring and summer to me. It's so beautiful. This is the Celine box bag, just such an iconic bag, and I really like wearing this because I feel like you'll walk past a girl who like does a double take when you're wearing this, and you know if that happens, they're a fashion girl, because most people would not think twice about this bag. But if you know, you know. It's such an iconic design, and yeah, I love that kind of mutual respect that people have and you share with girls as you walk past and they're wearing one of these or you're wearing yours, especially when you live outside of London, because I feel like if you're in London you probably see them quite often, and there are definitely more designer items, more iconic designs. But yeah, if you live in the suburbs or a smaller city, it's a little bit more rare to come across people who know what that bag is and recognise it. Another bag I've been loving is my new Oleada mini anchor bag in the two-tone canvas and brown leather. Such a stunning bag. I really love this. Almost feels kind of a little bit preppy to me, a little bit sailor-esque, and I think that's so appropriate for summer. This pairs beautifully with a blue striped shirt, crisp shirt, and some white jeans or some white linen trousers. I think it's such a chic look, and it does feel quite Parisian as well. I think in its design it feels quite vintage almost, I think, especially with these curves. And yeah, I just love this bag. I think it's a really nice size. You can wear it crossbody and as a backpack, but I really like to hold it if I can, if I'm going to like an event where I don't have to carry my bag on a strap, by the top handle, because I think it really adds to that preppy chic vibe. So loving that one as well. Final bag I'm loving if I want something a little dressier is my Atelier Auguste mini shoulder bag. I can never remember the name of this. I think it's the Marceau bag. I will leave it linked. Just a gorgeous taupey brown box leather bag. So chic over the shoulder. I think this is my most sophisticated bag if I want to feel quite sophisticated and put together, a little bit more, I don't know, little bit less frilly and girly and a little bit more grown up. This bag is the bag for that. So you can definitely sense a theme, mostly brown leather bags this summer with the odd pop of colour as well. Should we talk about makeup? Because I have a few makeup favourites, particularly this lip product that I'm wearing at the moment. I am loving these lip masks. So these are from a brand called Wonder Skin. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. I hadn't, but I saw them pop up on TikTok and I was very intrigued, although I just realised I've got it all over my fingers because it's a lip stain basically, so it does stain whatever it gets onto for a few hours. So yeah, I do have it on my fingers, but it's a lip stain. It's a really interesting product and a really good product, so I wanted to share because, as I said, until I'd seen them on TikTok, I hadn't seen anyone talking about these, and they're quite an interesting, unusual concept. So it's a lip stain. How many times do I have to say that? But as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but this is like a fluorescent purple. So when I first opened this, I was so confused. I was like, why is it showing up so purple when the colour on the little bottom sticker, it's called Divine, is like a cherry red, which is my perfect lip product, my favourite lip product colour to wear. Why is it fluorescent ultraviolet purple? But then it all made sense when I looked at the instructions. So basically you pop this on for 45 seconds, you coat your lips in it. I'll show you in the cutaways, me applying it. You coat it for 45 seconds to about a minute and a half, I would say, depending on how dark you want the stain. And then you wipe the product off and it leaves this beautiful, subtle, but still quite visible stain on your lips that lasts, no joke, for hours and hours. In fact, I think some of it has lasted on my skin. I think some of this is from when I applied it yesterday as well. So it definitely stays really well, but when you're talking and when you're going about your day eating, if it does fade, it fades really naturally. It doesn't go blotchy or patchy. It just kind of fades into the original colour of your lips. So it's a really great no fuss, no frills, no nonsense product if you don't want to have to keep reapplying your lip product, or worrying about what it looks like, touching it up, checking it in the mirror. I feel like that's me. I wear a lot of red lipstick on camera, but I rarely wear it in real life just because I find it too high maintenance. But something like this is perfect because you don't have to fuss with it at all. Once it's on for a few hours. I would say at least 6 hours, and you don't have to reapply. So yes, I would highly recommend these. I will leave them linked, I guess. As I said, I've never heard of the brand before, but I'm really impressed. And I have a few shades, but this is my favourite. This is Divine, and as I said, it's like a cherry red, this kind of colour, and then over the top it is just a matte lip stain. I've put on a clear gloss just because I find that sometimes if you haven't applied it 100% perfectly, there might be areas that are slightly darker than others if you've gone heavier with the lip stain on certain parts of your lip. But if you put like a lip oil or a lip gloss or anything over the top, that just kind of masks any of the imperfections. So as you can see, it just looks kind of nice, and yeah, you can't really tell where I've gone heavy with it or light with it. So that's what I tend to do. This is from the same brand, it's just their clear lip gloss. They also do a lip oil, which I actually prefer. It's less sticky and more, it's just nicer, but I don't know where that is right now. I think it's in one of my handbags, so I just went with the clear lip gloss. Would highly recommend. Yeah, I was really impressed with those products. I'm going to grab my makeup bag. I've just got it behind me so I can share with you some other makeup favourites. Okay, so I've got my everyday makeup bag in here, and I did do a video a few months ago. I say a few months ago, it's probably 8 months ago now, talking you through some of my everyday makeup products, and not much has changed since that video. I'm wearing slightly heavier makeup these days because my skin is not as good as it was 8 months ago, unfortunately. So I have reverted back to wearing a foundation. My two favourite foundations at the moment, and to be honest for the last sort of 5 months or so, have been these two. One kind of cheaper drugstore option and one definitely more high-end, but I actually love them probably very similarly. So if you're looking for a cheaper option, the Rimmel Lasting Finish, the red top one, I really like this one. It says it's got hyaluronic acid in it, SPF 20. I have the shade Fair Porcelain. This is a really, really good foundation. It's less than £10 and it does the job quite nicely. This is what I'm wearing today because this one, although I love it, is a little bit light for me at the moment. This will be more of a winter shade. I definitely guessed the shade because I bought it online and I think I got it a touch light. So as I said, I'm more saving this. I either mix them, which is quite nice, or I'm going to save this for winter. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. This is as good as everyone says it is. I heard so many people raving about this foundation, saying it was their everyday, it was their foundation they wore on their wedding day or to photo shoots, it was that good, and I can definitely see why. It's just very smooth, medium coverage, very creamy. I do really like the finish of it. It's very expensive though, so I would say this I like almost as much, to be honest. But yeah, this is really, really nice, and I will enjoy wearing this when I'm slightly, I say slightly less tanned, in kind of quotation marks, because I'm definitely not tanned, but slightly, I've got a slight summer tan at the moment, so when I'm a bit paler in the autumn winter, I'll go back to that one. Another favourite is this. I really like this actually. This is the Vive Skin Nova. This is like a radiance primer. So I have two of these primers. I have the Charlotte Tilbury one, which I actually really, really don't like. So a non-favourite would be this. This just makes me feel so greasy, and I have dry skin, so I can't imagine what it does if you have oily skin. And I know this is a bestseller, this is like a really hyped, really, you know, loved product by a lot of people, but let me know if you've tried this, because I actually bought this thinking it was a foundation, and when I first put it on I was just so confused. It was a bit like the lip mask. I was like, what is going on? This is making me look like a mirror ball, but not in a good way. It's just a little bit too greasy for me. But yeah, it's not actually a foundation apparently. It's like a radiance primer sort of thing, something you put underneath to add glow. It definitely adds glow, but like a little bit too much glow for me. So this one I've stopped using, to be honest, which is a shame because again, it's really expensive. But I do really like the Vive. I feel like this is a slightly more toned down version of the Charlotte Tilbury. It's really, really nice. It just adds that freshness, that glow, that dewiness, and I have dry skin, so I do appreciate products like this that I can put under my foundation to give me a little bit of radiance. Product I have absolutely loved, and you can tell that because I've pretty much used up the entire thing. I'm using like the dregs of the product, but really, to be honest, it has fully gone. I'm trying to find the brush that I use with this. because the brush is also a favourite. This is the Rare Beauty Bright Side Bronzer Stick. If you have paler skin, more cool toned skin, this is really good as a bronzer. It's more cool toned. I don't know if you can tell because there's nothing left, but it's definitely more of a cool tone. If I compare it to this one, this is the Merit Beauty Bronzer Stick, which is kind of the same concept. This is in the colour Solstice. You can see the difference really clearly, I would hope. Yeah, can you see how much cooler and lighter this is compared to this? So if you're pale and you've got cool toned skin, this is just perfect. And I've used it all up, and I would definitely be buying another one. I might try and use this because I don't like products going to waste, but this is definitely a lot more warm toned and darker, so I'm not sure how it's going to work on my skin. But I love the Rare Beauty one, and I love putting it on with this brush. Now this brush I actually use for my foundation, so I will apply my foundation with this brush. I will then use this brush with my bronzer stick. What I do actually is, rather than putting, I know most people will put the stick, the bronzer, like on their skin, and then like they will draw the bronzer onto their skin. I don't do that because I find that often leaves a bit of a line even if you blend it out. But what I do is I get the brush, I mix it onto the stick like this, and then I apply directly to the face. I find that a lot better, and this brush is amazing for not only applying my foundation but also the bronzer, and even, you can tell from the colour of it probably, I also apply my blush with it. This is the blush I'm using at the moment. It probably looks a bit gross because I do just use this every day. I'm one of those people, I only really have one of each type of makeup product, and I just use it until it's run out and then repurchase a different one or the same one if I really love it. This is the Fenty Beauty, it's on the floor now. It's the Fenty Beauty blusher, cream blusher in Summertime Wine, and I also use the same brush for that product. So it's a really simple, like, kind of minimal makeup routine, foundation, bronzer, blusher, all with the same brush. I don't know if that's like a cardinal sin in makeup, but it works for me. I just find this brush amazing, and I've not even said what it is, but it's the Merit Beauty brush. I don't know what this is called, but I will leave it linked down below. It's so soft, and it's just the right amount of kind of dense but not too dense that it applies cream products like foundations, cream bronzers, cream blushers, cream highlighters really, really nicely. So I would definitely recommend the brush. Almost out of everything, I would recommend the brush the most. The only other makeup recommendation I have, really, I mean, everything else I use is either the same as in the old video, so you can go and watch that, or it's just okay. Like, I have an eyebrow gel from Hourglass, but it's just okay. It's not amazing. It's just an eyebrow gel. This I really like. This is the NARS Creamy, what's this called? No, this is the Soft Matte Complete Concealer, so the one in the pot. This is really good for acne, covering like acne scarring or spots. It's a really, really nice concealer, so if you're looking for a concealer, this was my first time trying this, but I really recommend it. And I use a Real Techniques brush. This is another kind of life hack that I've discovered, which I know if you're into makeup is not revolutionary at all, but for me, who wears the same makeup every day and doesn't really experiment and try new things, this was a game changer when I started applying my concealer with a brush instead of with my fingers. You just are able to use a lot less product and get the same amount of coverage. I would really recommend getting one of these brushes. As I said, this is the concealer brush, I think, by Real Techniques, and this combination I've been enjoying thoroughly. In terms of hairstyling, I am afraid to say it is the Dyson Airwrap, which I know is probably not what you want to hear because it is really expensive. I would say the Shark, I don't know what it's called, but the Shark version of this, which I think is like half the price, probably does exactly the same thing, I imagine. I haven't tried it, but I imagine, as the Dyson, because it is very similar technology. So I'd probably go for that one. I don't think when I bought this that existed, otherwise I probably would have gone for that. But I have to say, I have definitely got my money's worth out of this. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I know it was expensive. But I use it every day, pretty much every day. And yeah, it just is great. And I've had a lot of questions about my hair, and this is it. So if you were wondering, this is it. So in terms of what I do, my fringe, like these pieces here where my fringe is kind of grown out now, I use the this one, the round brush, and I do it away from my face. and then I will dry my hair. If I've washed my hair, I will dry my hair until about 80% dry with the hairdryer. I don't do any particular method, I just get it dry with this. And then the real kind of star of the show is, where have I put it? Oh, it's already attached, is this barrel. So I think this is the thinner barrel, but to be honest, I would use the thicker one as well. It just depends which one I can find first. Probably would go for the thinner one, now my hair's a bit longer. And I just make sure that it's twisted so it's facing away from my face. So you've got the two arrows here. So if I'm doing this side of my hair, I want the arrow to be pointing this way. If I'm doing this side of my hair, I want the arrow to be pointing this way. And then all I do is I get strands of my hair, probably about an inch or so thick, I don't really know, but about that much. And I have a lot of hair, so it does take probably about 20-25 minutes or so to do this. And yeah, I just hold the strand like this. I'm trying to remember how I do it now. I hold the strand like this, I put the tool up to my hair, turn it on. Turn it off, and you get left with, if you can see that, just a bouncy curl like that, and then they will drop out. I can hairspray it if I want it to last a bit longer, but I will do my whole head like that, obviously going the other way on this side. It will be all of these bouncy curls, and then I will either just let it drop out naturally, or I will run my fingers through my hair. I will use a little bit of oil in the palms of my hands and run it through my hair, and that's basically how I do my hair. So that is it. I've got this bouncy curl now, but it does drop out very quickly. I think I have very heavy hair, so styles don't last particularly well on me, especially I've got freshly washed hair today. So, but even though the curls do drop out quite quickly, it leaves you just with this volume that I wouldn't be able to get elsewhere. It's just this kind of style that I wouldn't know how to replicate without the air wrap, although you probably can do it with a hairdryer and a round brush. I just don't have the skill. So I really love that the Dyson is very beginner friendly. Once you get to know it, once you understand how it works, it's pretty much fail safe in getting the same result each time, which I can't say for using a hairdryer and a round brush. I've never got the hang of that. So yes, that's how I style my hair, and that is literally it. Other than a heat protectant, I don't use anything else really on my hair. I probably should be using, I mean, I do use masks every so often. One of my favorites is the Elasticizer by Philip Kingsley. This is a great mask, on the more expensive side, but you can often get it on offer. This is really good, and I'll probably do that, if I remember, about once a week. But other than that, nothing else. So that is my hair for anyone who has asked. Those are my makeup favourites. The lip product is one of my favourites. My dresses, my bags, and my jewellery. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just a bit of a chatty one. I have some fun videos coming up shortly. I think I'm going to put out my autumn wishlist video either this weekend or early next week. I know we're still in August, but it's a wish list. I've not been buying anything yet, but I do have a few items that I've been accruing on my computer. I haven't bought any, but I've just been kind of putting them together, mood boarding them, and I have some really great discoveries. Not many from Suzanne, actually. Mostly other brands, some newer brands to me. So I thought that would be a fun video to do soon. Let me know if you would like to see that. I know some of you will probably think it's too early, but you know, we're almost at the end of August. It's what, is it the 16th of August today? We've only got 2 more weeks and then it is September. So I feel like it is okay. It is acceptable very shortly to be talking about autumn fashion, which is my favourite season. Let me know if you're excited for autumn as well, if you're excited for fall fashion. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Do you have any summer favourites that you've been loving that you really want to share with others? Let us know. I would always be up for more recommendations from you guys as well. Of course, a big thank you to GINGIBERI for sponsoring this video. The code will be on screen as well as in the description box. And yeah, I will leave some videos on screen as well if you're not finished watching just yet. Otherwise, I hope you're all doing really well, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!